discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel, and I would entertain a motion for that.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the governing body recess into executive session to discuss the city administrator's annual performance review pursuant to KSA 7543-19B1, which allows the governing body to hold an executive session to discuss personnel matters of non-elected personnel. Present will be the governing body and the city attorney. The meeting will reconvene in the council chambers at 8:10.
We should have done that. Okay, I have a motion and a second. Ms. Shabbat.
Mr. Mayor, second.
Okay, we have a motion to second. Madam Clerk.
Councilmember Caldwell.
Aye.
Councilmember Leahy.
Aye.
Councilmember Neal.
Aye.
Councilmember Ryder. Councilmember Silvers.
Aye.
Councilmember Yodridge.
Aye.
Councilmember Shavetta.
Aye.
Councilmember Hands.
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
Okay, and before we break, I would just like to remind everybody that there will be a work session for the short-term rental, discussion of short-term rentals. I assume that will be upstairs and this one will be downstairs. So for the executive session, we'll go in there, and then afterwards, after we get back in there and reconvene, then we will adjourn upstairs for the work session. So, thank you.
No, really? That's the first 5 years?
Hey, you doing? No.
You completely take it over, all the decision making.
I was starting to pull the taser out.
Before the committee
So
had
you got it ended pretty quick there.
been put together.
Right.
He stepped out of it recently, right?
Yeah, I did. I'm not sure why. I don't think I did.
I've attended many of those meetings, and sometimes I'm not sure I knew where he was. He just seemed lost.
Oh,
He wasn't really leading much.
different things, behavior. I mean, I'm talking years ago.
Yeah. Well, he used to be like the city admin or something, didn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, I read the same thing about Native American arts. It didn't strike me as offensive, maybe a little bit weird, maybe a little bit overplayed, but like, what's offensive about wanting to feature Native American?
White people choosing what should be on display for anything. Native Americans.
You want to hear a story?
Why?
Because they should be making their own decisions, their own participation.
Well, I don't think he was implying that we would like capture them and steal their art. I think it was, well, I mean, let me pull it up.
He wants to have in Merriam something public art of Native American art.
Yeah, I'm assuming like painted by a Native American or somebody with like a connection to that culture, right?
Yes.
Hey, Brian, you know the street offhand,
Yeah.
the street number of that house?
Yeah, I think I just sent it to you, 5825.
All right, I'll be right back. We'll go check it out for you.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Unrealistic to think that just because Merriam puts some art items, they don't even know where. it would be
Yeah.
good. Because it'd have to be inside, most likely.
When I bicycle the trail, there's a sign coming north from Chapman Park after you cross that exit that says like some sort of history blurb mentioning like an Indian tribe that used to be here. It's like, well, they sort of like marched off to another, you know, to their death hundreds of miles away, kind of grim to celebrate, but it is history. It did happen. We shouldn't forget about it, you know.
But he also mentioned this the guy said that the Merriam had a connection to Shawnee. In this area, who doesn't?
Yeah.
It's everywhere. The actual Shawnee mission is in Fairview.
Yeah.
And the other thing he said was, it would be an attitude That's not gonna end.
No?
We have a bunch of art somewhere, and he mentions different places that people are very more likely to go tourists. Like actual place, Aspen.
That what?
Aspen.
It's like a museum.
It's the Indian Museum in Florida.
I did not know. So I'll tell you this, we were on a road trip once, and Renee saw this beautiful, like, adobe building, and he said he wanted to pull over and look at it. It turned out to be a Native American museum. And we went in, and we walked the exhibits, and he went out to the car, and I stayed and talked with the guy at the front desk, who was like a 7th generation or something.
Where were you?
This was in New Mexico.
Okay.
And it was a road trip to Chihuahua. So we were driving through New Mexico, I think, at the time. And the guy at the front desk had like native blood. He talked about sort of his story and his family and how he got involved with the museum and stuff. And we talked for a while. And one of the things I realized is we're not that different. Like, he's an IT geek. He works in computers and programming and stuff. Like, it's not like Native Americans are like foreign to white people. Like, we're all humans, you know?
Yeah, so what's the point?
Native American art is human art.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this guy thinks that this is going to be a national draw of tourists.
I don't
Put
think.
that in there.
Yeah, I think I do remember. I do remember national in it, and yeah, I think it's a bit wishful to think anything Merriam's going to be national draw, but
Not when you can go to Haskell, what you can see play.
yeah.
Also, it's in the Nelson Art Gallery, KU, Johnson Community College.
You'd think
There
he'd
are
know
lots of
that,
places.
being like a famous photographer of art, right? This guy. Did you Google him? Did you Google his name?
He's an old guy.
He's an old guy. E.G. Schempf.
That's how you know it's old, because he uses initials.
Initials.
Yeah.
They ran out of initials.
That is true.
Once the world ran out of initials, they started
I've
having to
never
use
thought
names.
about that, but no, it's
30s,
true.
You know,
Yeah.
40s.
E.G.
Yeah.
Schempf had like a.
There's nobody right now who's just like their initials.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Very
No,
rare.
Right. No, that's hilarious.
I'm just
but-
taking their word that he's a Merriam resident, but
And
when I
still-
Googled him, he's an art photographer, which I thought some artists like don't like their shit being photographed because you're making a copy of their work, but that's what he does. He photographs art around the world and around the city. I think it's particularly Kansas City. He's known for photographing and publishing photographs of art. And he had some show on like PBS or something for a while about art.
And the point is,
Well, I'm not trying to really make a point. I'm just sharing what I learned about him.
well, but why would he think that Merriam would be a place that would draw national tourists to come?
I don't know. I wish you had been at that meeting. You could ask him to his face. He would have been there.
I didn't
yeah.
know that there
Yeah.
was he could be in that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have paid in anything. Nothing that says when you make any difference, you know that.
Yeah.
You get up there and you say stuff regularly
Yeah.
with a strong point, with background.
Well, actually, you know what? I've had other people tell me that and question me, what actually have I accomplished? What actually have I done? There are little things. I lobbied for that, for better sidewalk connectivity between Timber Ridge and the rest of the city, and also for the other neighborhood, West Merriam. And that got done. They installed a bridge. So we don't have to walk across the arterial roadway to get to the public sidewalk system. I mean, it's kind of a small thing, but there's other little things sometimes. You don't think so?
I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
I do know that I contact two representatives on the board, and I get one, well, completely ignored. And are